Good morning, students. This is Malishwari. Okay, the last video we discussed about the linear queues. Okay, so in that, what is the linear queue? Implementation of the linear queue, NQ and DQ operations on the linear queue. So in this session, we are going to discuss about the circular queue. So what is the circular queue? Implementation of the circular queue. So those things we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so before starting the circular queue, we'll see when we have to use this circular queue, means how we have to use this circular queue. Okay, so if you are using the linear queue, so in case of the linear queue, okay, so what will happen once the queue is completely full? Okay, so like this, once the queue is completely full, okay, then we can't insert the elements. Okay, no more the elements can be inserted. Okay, suppose, okay, even if we dequeue the queue to remove some elements until the queue is reset, no new elements can be inserted. Okay, means, see here, okay, the queue is like this. Suppose if you deleted these elements, okay, if you deleted this element, then front pointing to this location, means in this two locations no elements are there, so that time the space is there but the array reaches to the maximum, so that time we cannot insert element into the queue. Okay, so we cannot insert the element into the queue, so this can be avoided by using the this can be avoided by using the circular queue. Okay, so when the dq when dq any element to remove it from the queue, we are actually moving front, okay, like this forward location, thereby reducing the overall size queue, and we cannot insert the new element. Okay, so here this this these two locations no elements are available, but we can't insert the elements. Why? Because always the insertion can be happen at the rear end only, but the rear end reaches to the maximum, so that time no insertion happen. Okay, no insertion happen, so that's why the only is to avoid, okay, to eliminate this situation, we have to reset the linear queue. That is, we have to start from this. Whenever the rear reaches to the maximum, then it has to start from here, and this point has to pointing to this rear should pointing to the first location, so that it can be happened by using the circular queue only. Okay, so now what is the circular queue? Okay, what is a circular queue? The circular queue is a linear data structures which allows the principle, like here also FIFO technique we can use for, okay, but instead of ending the queue at the last position, means instead of ending the queue at the rear position, it again starts from the first position after the last, hence making the queue behave like as a circular data structures. Here, when the rear reaches to the maximum, okay, then we are starting from the first, so like that we are converting the linear queue to circular queue. Okay, so that is a circular queue. Okay, now what are the operations what are the basic features of the circular queue? Okay, so in a circular queue we have to use the two pointers, that is the head pointer and the tail pointer. Okay, uh, head is pointing to the front location and the tail is pointing to the end of the location, that is a rear. Okay, head is pointing to the front, tail is pointing to the end. Okay, initially, okay, means starting initially, and the tail pointing to the same location only, means when the no elements available in the queue, both a tail and head pointers pointing to the same location, so that is this location. Okay, suppose if you inserted one element, okay, one element, from which end you have to insert the element? From the from the tail pointer, means the rear end only. So the rear end here we are pointing by using the tail pointer. So if you inserted the element into the queue, the to circular queue, the tail going to increment by, the tail pointer going to increment by. The new data is always added to the location pointed by the tail, and hence, and once the data is added, okay, once the data is added, okay, once the data is added, the tail pointer is incremented by 1. Previously this location, previously tail is previously both head and tail pointing to the same location. Once the element is inserted into the queue, the tail is going to increment, the tail pointer is going to incremented by 1. Okay, next, the fourth feature. Okay, in a circular queue, the data is not actually removed from the queue. Only the head pointer is incremented by 1 position, and dequeue is executed. As the queue is data only, the data, so as the data only data between the head and tails. So means here, see here, so this one. So here, like previously, head is here, head pointer is pointing to this location. Okay, head pointer is pointing to the location. So if you delete one element, so just what we are doing, we are incrementing the head pointer. We cannot cut this location, so that is it, that is impossible. So that why what we have to, here we are not cutting this location. If you want to delete the elements, here we are not cutting any memory location. It is not at all possible. So just what we are doing, the element, it cannot be pointed by any pointer. Okay, the the pointer is moving to other location. The pointer, previous head is available here, now the head is pointing to this location. So that D2 elements. Okay, that one. Okay, the fifth feature, the head and tail pointer will get reinitialized to every time the reaches to the end of the queue. Okay, when tail reaches to the end of the queue, so it is a, if it is a linear queue, if it is a linear queue, ray, if it is a linear queue, okay, so what will happen if the ray reaches to the maximum, that time, that's all, we cannot initialize. So in this circular queue, if it reaches to the maximum, it is reinitialized with the 0. Okay, now the tail is reinitialized with 0. So that one. Next. Okay, and the sixth feature of the circular queue is head and tail pointers can across each other, and then a head pointer can be greater than tail. Okay, head pointer can be greater than tail. See here. Okay, see here, tail is 2. Why? Because the range life is 0, no? So now the head is tail 2, and then the head is 5. So suppose if this element is deleted, the rear going to, sorry, head is 6. Okay, like, okay, sometimes it will happen. Okay, next. Okay, next, the applications of the circular queue means in real time world where we have to use this circular queues. We have to use this circular queues in a computer control traffic signal system. Okay, there we have to use the circular queue, and not only there, and a CPU, in CPU scheduling and the memory management, we have to use the circular queue technique. Okay, next, implementation of the circular queue. How to implement the circular queue? Okay, so this one, first, initialize the queue with the size of the queue defined, means we have to initialize the queue with the maximum size, and then we have to take the 2 pointers, so that is the head and then the tail pointer. Initially both head and tail are 0 only, 0 allocations. Okay, now enqueue operation means if you want to insert the element into the queue, here also the same thing, insertion. If you want to perform the insertion operation, we should check that overflow condition. Okay, overflow. So check the number of elements is equal to the maximum size 1. If yes, return the queue is full, means overflow. No, you can add the new element into the queue. So that is a tail. So the tail pointer going to increment. Okay, that's all. So this is enqueue operation on the circular queue. Okay, the next one, dequeue, deleting an element from the circular queue. Okay, if you want, here also the same. If you want to delete some elements, we have to check underflow condition. After that only we can remove the element. Okay, so here check if the number of elements in the dequeue is 0. Number of elements is 0 means what we have to do, we have to produce the message like a queue is empty, the deletion cannot happen, or means else. Okay, means if the queue is not 0, okay, means some elements are available, then increment the head pointer. Why? Because after deletion, after deleting the elements, the head should pointing to the next location. Okay, that one. So that's why we are incrementing the head pointer. Okay, this one. Next, finding the size of the circular queue. Okay, so how to find out? See here, two conditions are there. If tail is greater than, okay, if tail is greater than the head, so that time to find the circular queue size, we have to use this formula. Size equals to tail minus head plus 1. Okay, next, if head is greater than tail, so that time to find the circular queue size, we have to use this formula. Size equals to max minus of head, like this. This is the formula to find. Okay, to find. Next. So this is just a small program. So just a circular class we are taking, and then front rear, and then circular queue, rear equals to front initialization, just creation. Then is full condition. Is full condition means front is 0, is 0 minus 1, then return to as this is a full, queue is full, else rear equals to rear plus 1 is empty. Okay, enqueue operation, dequeue operation, display the size. Enqueue means again we'll see the enqueue operation. Okay, enqueue operation. Here the front equals to minus 1, front means here we are inserting the elements into the queue. So circular queue is like this. Insertion, how the elements means condition is this one, front equals to minus 1. So what your insertion means, you are inserting the element. If the front is pointing to the minus 1 location, what you have to do, you have to change the front to 0, and then that 0th location we have to insert the element. So that is a 0. After that we are going to rear is going to increment by 1, and then deleting the queue. So empty. So we have to check this condition. Okay, we have to check this condition, and then okay, and then we have to use this front this formula we have to use, and then we can insert the element into the queue. So the next one is displaying elements into the queue. Okay, so this is empty condition we have to check, otherwise we can display the elements in this way. Okay, so this is a so this is the thing related to the circular queue. Okay, so thank you. In the next session we are going to discuss about the priority queue. Okay, so with this we finish like what, queue introduction, linear queue, circular queue, and then two more are there, that is DQ and the priority queue. The things we are going to discuss in our next video. Thank you. If you have any doubts, please write in a comment section, that too in Edmode or else in WhatsApp group.